Hey, so I'm outside trying to beat the rain. If you look up in the sky above me, it's pretty cloudy, overcast. It rained yesterday evening and this morning, and we're supposed to be getting some more rain today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, so 4 or 5 days straight with rain, which is good. We needed it. That means the soil is already wet, and it's gonna, whatever I plant today is gonna get watered in. So I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I have going on in the garden. I'm doing my second try at summer squash because I really want to get some. I've tried to grow summer squash in containers before, but they didn't do very well. And then when I did grow them in the ground before, the squirrels used to always beat me to the squash. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna give it one more day and then I'll harvest it. And then I'd go out there the next day to harvest it and it would be completely gone because the squirrels would have taken it. So this is the 4-pack that I bought today of, it's probably gonna be back, you can't even see it, the bush pickle cucumbers, which I'm not actually gonna plant in this row. I'm gonna put those to the side, and I'm planning on tucking them in a couple places, like maybe where the green beans didn't germinate. I'm gonna plant the yellow crookneck squash and the green zucchini squash. I'll show you the holes that I've dug to plant the transplants in, along with what I put in the hole, so that you can kind of see how I do it. Alright, hey guys, so in addition to the marigolds that self-seeded from the marigolds that I grew last year, I'm also excited to show you the tomatillos that reseeded or self-seeded from the tomatillo plants that I grew last year as well. And so you can see this, I gave it a drink of fish fertilizer or fish emulsion at the beginning of the week, and just since I've given it that, that drink, this is Saturday, and I fed it the fish emulsion on Monday, it's doubled in size and has blooms all over it. One of the things about tomatillos is that you have to have more than one plant for them to pollinate each other, but have no fear, because in this container I have another tomatillo plant that also has blooms on it, self-seeded from last year. And my crazy garden, I have a tomatillo plant here. I had pulled one up from one of those fabric pots because I didn't know if it was a tomatillo for sure, but once the others grew in size, these are growing along the fence, I could tell, yes, they are tomatillos. So this one is only about 6 or 8 inches tall, and it's already blooming. I didn't even see these on Monday, but I, had also given my rattlesnake pole beans a drink that same day, and so I guess they got some of it, and it gave them a bump. So I'm super excited. Free tomatillos. Here's some of the tomatoes that I started, that I planted probably Monday. I think Monday was the day that I got out here. These are the homestead tomatoes, which were supposed to be, from what I've read, developed by the University of Florida to do well in our hot, humid climate here in Florida. Named after Homestead, Florida. So I've planted them and they're doing okay. These are also homestead. I planted about 9 plants, but this is what it looks like when a squirrel steals your plant. So this is a hole where I'd planted one, and this was a Cherokee purple. Planted 6 homestead tomatoes and 3 Cherokee purples. This is the only one of the 3 Cherokee purples that has made it, because the other 2 got robbed. But I have some backups that I can come out here and replace them with. Thank goodness. Alright, so an update on this row. This was the row that I had planted weeks ago with seeds for different varieties of summer squash, and it got really cold. I think we had a couple cold snaps after I planted those seeds, and they never germinated, unfortunately, but I understand that when that happens, the cold snaps can cause your seeds to either not germinate or slow down the germination. So I went to Plant Place Nursery on Fort Caroline Road, and I've bought a couple packs. I got a pack of crookneck squash and a pack of green zucchini. I'm not sure which one is which, but I'm going to plant some of them in this row that I'd planted squash seeds that didn't germinate. And I was having the same issues with my cucumber seeds in this row, and then I just happened to look over today and I see a cucumber that's germinated. My dog also came in here and tampered with stuff a couple times, but we had rain yesterday and today, and I guess that helped it to germinate, so the seeds are still in there. And then I don't know how this landscape staple came up, but I'm just going to poke it back down in there. Probably from somebody digging a hole right here. But I'm super excited. I'm not sure which kind of variety, which one that is, but we'll see once it starts fruiting. Because I planted like 4 different varieties. And my dog dug over here. That could be a cucumber that is growing in the hole that my dog dug. I don't think so. I don't know, it could be. I'm just going to wait. I'll leave that one alone and see if it ends up being a cucumber, if it ends up being something else. But super exciting. Super exciting. We'll see. And then look right here. That could also potentially be another one of the cucumbers. And I went ahead and bought a 4-pack of bush pickling cucumbers today, just because I didn't think they were going to do anything, but voila, there they are. Alright, so these are the holes that I dug, and in each hole I put some fertilizer and some worm castings, which worm castings is an organic fertilizer. I used to try to use strictly organic fertilizers, and I didn't have much luck or success, so I gave in, listened to some more experienced farmers that live in Northeast Florida, and they told me to go ahead and get some 10-10-10. So I started using this at the end of 2020, and I noticed a big difference once I added it to my tomatoes last year. So I do use this because I want to grow food. I'm not trying to waste my time. So I also use the organic earthworm castings. It's worm poop. It adds nitrogen. It's a soil conditioner. I add it to my planting holes when I'm putting transplants in, and I also use it when I'm amending soil in containers. This granular 10-10-10 came from Standard Feed and Seed here in Jacksonville, and I just put like a tablespoon. Like, that is a lot. I don't know, I'll use that or a little bit less. And then when I planted my green beans, I dug a furrow. I think I showed a video of the furrow that I dug to plant them in, and when I put the seeds in, I sprinkled the 10-10-10 over them. And when I ran that by my farmer advisor, he said that was good, that he would have done the same thing. So these are the rattlesnake green beans. This one gets the most sun, and it's the highest up on the fence. This is a 4-foot fence, and it is about 3 feet up the fence, so they're starting to run. Alright, so just to show you how I put them in the ground, these are the these are the green zucchini. It's hard to tell because squash and cucumbers look similar. They're all in the same family. So I have my hole with the 10-10-10 and a cup of worm castings. And you don't need to put your transplant right on top of that fertilizer. So I mix it in with my native soil like that. I'll even put a little bit back on top. Like I said, there's some, they don't need to, the roots don't need to sit right on top of that. They can grow down into it. So let's see if I can do it one-handed. This is a 4-pack. Again, I got from Plant Place. $2 for a 4-pack. You can't beat it. Better than the big box stores. Even though I think Lowe's or Home Depot, one of them did have their Bonnie plants 4 for $10, which I used to go crazy over. But I get a much better deal at Plant Place Nursery when I do give in and buy transplants, because I'm a cheapo and I like to start my stuff from seed as much as possible because it's cheaper. But the plants also usually do better when I start them from seed myself. You can see this. It's more than ready to go in the ground. Massive roots in that little pot. You don't want it to be lower than the level of the soil. So it's a little bit too deep. I'm gonna add in some more. And that looks right, just even with the level of the ground. And I'm just gonna backfill it. I don't know what that is. Maybe a piece of wood or something. Just gonna backfill it. I'm not gonna water it in because it's gonna rain any minute. It's a piece of wood. You don't want that in there. It's just gonna suck up nitrogen. Get this grass that I hoed out of the way. And like I said, I just want to make it smooth and even around it. Again, get this grass that I hoed out of the way. It's gonna get watered in. With the rain. And it'll straighten up and grow whatever way it wants to grow. Oops. There we go. So, trying to make sure that the roots are in there good. You got to be gentle though, don't be too rough with it. You don't want to break them off. It just wants to lay down. I'm going to let it do its thing. But I don't want to be too rough and mess it up. I have 3 more, and then I have the other 4-pack of squash. So I'm going to try to hurry up and get this all in before it starts raining on me. So, see you guys later. Thanks for joining Becky's Garden Paradise. Alright, so I was walking the dog, and I realized that I have a bunch of berries on this mulberry bush that I have in my front yard. I've had this mulberry bush. I think this is like the 2nd or 3rd year I've had it. So you can see some of the berries are red. Some of them are dark red. So they are the dark ones, the black ones, those are the ones that are ripe. And I want to make sure that I get these before the birds find them. Because if I wait, they're going to get them. So I'm super, super excited. I'll show you how many I end up with. These are little berries, but hey, they're berries. This is my little mulberry snack that I got, so you can see how big they are compared to my thumb. So they're pretty small, but homegrown.